We're live.
Is it showing live for you? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our first Getting to Know Your Connections webinar. For those of you that do not know who Booking Pal is or maybe joining that aren't current users of ours, we are a channel manager. We work with about 50 different connections, and we want to host this webinar to help you get to know everybody that is in part of the vacational space and accessible through our connections. Got a lot of good people on the call today. I'll go through and introduce everybody. The way we're going to handle this is pass each partner control of the screen and control of the webinar. And they're going to guide you through exactly what they do, why you may want to partner with them. You can learn their tricks of their trade, their benefits. We're really excited to have everybody on. Everybody that's joined today, we have Alex Aliato from Wednesday, Janet Praya and Maria Rodriguez from Third Home, Haley Borgen from Booking.com, and then Haley Brennick and Brian Boise from Home to Go. Without further ado, I will ask Home to Go to go ahead and share their screen and take over the presentation. They're going to walk through about Home to Go so you can learn all about them. And please be sure to ask questions at the end because we'll be taking some questions. So much. You might be muted, Brian.
Yep, sorry, just switching back and forth between the different tabs. Sorry about that. Let's see. All right, get this going. Okay, can you see my screen?
No.
No. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back to this. All right. Okay, there we go. Great. How about now?
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Good. Well, hey, thanks everybody, and thanks Matt for introducing me. My name is Brian Boyce. I'm with a company called Home to Go, and I'm going to be spending a couple of minutes just introducing you to the company and what we do. Obviously, we're an online travel agency or an OTA or distribution site, depending on how you want to look at us, and we integrate with Booking Pal, who's a great partner of ours. We are the world's largest selection of vacation rentals. We have millions of properties available all over the world with very simple search ability and a great guest experience. And I'll be talking a little bit about that. But we're also the fastest growing booking channel for property managers worldwide. And we really focus on property managers and allowing you through your software, in this case, Booking Pal, get great distribution to a number of new guests, millions of new guests, which I'll talk about in a second. We were founded in 2014 in Berlin as a meta search company, which means that we were displaying all of the inventory available throughout the world on a variety of different from a variety of different websites. We also now own a bunch of different websites and brands, mostly based in Europe, but expanding across the world. And we, as I mentioned, have 15 million properties available on our website worldwide. And we have a good amount of demand. We're not a startup. This is a company that has a lot of eyeballs looking for vacation rentals on our websites. And it's not just Europeans, because we're Europe-based, wanting to come to the U.S. These are Americans looking to stay in, America, or, French folks looking to stay in France. It's all over the place. And that's why we do have localized apps and websites across 24 different countries around the world. Really, you can kind of distill what we do down into one sentence, and that is, when it comes to online travel and getting bookings, we're as close to direct as you can get if you're a property manager. And our sort of tagline is that we put the power back in the hands of property managers. What does that mean? It means that you can rely on us for an additional booking channel. So you can diversify your distribution a bit. You can use your own tailored cancellation policy, so you don't have to select from our sort of preset list of cancellation policies. You can use your own so that it works better for your company. You can also get direct communication with guests. So before and after the stay, you're welcome to talk to the guest. You can market to them. We don't restrict you on any of that. And then you're also, in the United States, the merchant of record. We do have the option for us to run the credit card for you in Europe. We may be launching that in the US in the future. But today, you're 100% taking the money from the guests, running the credit card, and doing all those fun things. And if and when we do offer a payment option where we take the credit card, you still have that flexibility if you want to run the credit card or have us do it. So the website's pretty simple and straightforward. All of this data comes directly from your software. As I mentioned, BookingPal does a great job showcasing your homes on our website. It's very clear and user-friendly to the guests. They can actually go through and find your properties very easily. All of your, amenities and descriptions and rates are coming over directly right from your software. So very simple booking process. Users find your brand. You can list your brand on your listings on our website. They complete the booking, and then the booking confirmation is sent to you, and then you go from there, confirming the guest and working with them in terms of check-in and check-out and all the great stuff that you guys do. I'll talk about property managers in just a second, which is the core of our business. But another core of our business is also just making sure travelers appreciate booking on our website and then obviously staying with you. And we've got very high net promoter scores. We measure these kinds of things all the time, both on our app as well as on our website, from travelers who are booking with us, and they find the service really, really simple. Here's some market highlights to kind of finish up on as I sort of turn the baton over to some of our other great colleagues in the industry. As I mentioned, HomeToGo is no spring chicken. We have, generated a significant amount of bookings for property managers around the world. Our total bookings are up year over year quite dramatically. For the US, obviously, most of the guests originate from the US or the UK or from Canada. Average booking window is pretty long. So these are not college students looking for a deal. These are, larger families that don't have a hard time spending, on average, $399 per property per night. Obviously, that goes up if you get into some, markets like Aspen or, places like that, 30A in Florida. Great benefit. We also work with, as I mentioned, a ton of property managers, and we have a lot of great folks. We've got 3,200 property managers that work with us today. They're all directly integrated with software like BookingPal, and they find the setup process is just really easy. We make it very simple for property managers to onboard. And so if you're looking for, additional ways to get out to guests, to get some additional revenue, with the kinds of bookings that you as a property manager really rely on, then we would be a great service for you. Here's a couple of quotes from some of our great clients around the United States. Love the additional exposure and marketing, and love the support that they're getting. So again, the setup process is very simple. You can reach out to me. You can go on our website. You can fill in your information. And we basically just need you to set up a connection form with us. Basically tells us what company you are and how many properties you manage. And then you need to activate your properties in your BookingPal software. And then we get you live within 2 weeks. There's not a lot of work for you to do other than just making sure everything's running through smoothly. We'll do some test bookings to make sure your accounting is in sync and everything is flowing through correctly. And that's it. So for HomeToGo, it's really about high quality guests, delivering you a direct guest experience, and then fast integration. That's how we really help you maximize your bookings and diversify your revenue stream. Here's my information here. And my ugly mug. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can reach out to me through Matt or anybody else from the BookingPal family. And then I've also got my email address there as well. So I don't know if we have time for questions or not. Matt, what do you think? Should we just move on to the next speaker?
Yeah, I don't see any questions popping up in the chat yet, but please, everybody, if you have any questions about Home to Go, we will make some time near the end for you to for us to answer them for you. But please send them in. We'll log them and.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I think that goes for any of the folks on this call. Like, if you do have any questions, just drop them in the chat, and we can answer them as we go along.
That sounds good. Perfect.
All right, thank you. I'll stop sharing, and then.
Perfect.
There we go.
Maria, would you like to go next?
Sure. Let me share my screen. Can you see that properly?
That looks great.
Yeah, okay, great. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you are located. And my name is Maria. I work at the Renters Division for Third Home. And I'm going to be presenting the company and a little bit about Third Home Rentals along with my colleague, Janet. What is Third Home? For those who doesn't know the company, Third Home is the world's largest second home luxury exchange company. Here are some proven facts from the company. It was founded by Wade Shelley in 2010. And the headquarters of the company is in Nashville, US, but we have a couple of international offices. One of them is located in Marbella, where we are based in Spain, and the other one is located in London. Since the company was founded back in 2010, 12 years ago, we have now about 14,000 active members with luxury houses all over the world in 97 different countries. So the average home value for those properties are about $2.4 million. We also have a huge network of affiliates and partners worldwide with more than 90 companies. Here you have some of the companies, hotel resorts, and vacation rental companies that we work with. They are currently working with us, and it's a very successful partnership as well. Here I'm going to show you a little video of the company, so you're going to have a great overall of what Third Home is. Here it goes.
Where will your bucket list, palette, curiosity, heart, dreams take you? With Third Home, a world of travel opportunities is yours to explore. Because we believe every trip should be more than a transaction. It should be a transformative, life-changing, luxury-filled experience like no other. Until you do it again. Third Home is the only luxury property and travel club that brings together over 10,000 exquisite home exchanges in 94 countries. A trusted and ever-changing collection of remarkable rentals and unforgettable one-of-a-kind adventures. It's our pleasure and our promise to keep you traveling while always feeling at home. To not just see the world, but to taste it, hear it, feel it, enjoy it, share it, live it. Third Home.
Okay, hope you like the video. And since Third Home is a fairly new and young company, they have decided to invest a lot in marketing and PR. So we work with different PR companies all over the Europe and in the US. And we have done some great collaborations with press and media. These are some of the examples where you can see we have been featured on. And Third Home also won an award for the best affiliation program by the Condé Nast Traveler in 2021. So we are very proud of that. And we're going to talk now about Third Home Rentals, which is a fairly new area of the company. And so that is going to be done by my colleague, Janet. Here it is.
Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are located at. My name is Janet, and as my colleague Maria just said, now I'm going to present a little bit of Third Home Rentals, which is the division we both work at, here in Marbella, in Spain. Third Home Rentals was officially relaunched last December. And here is the link to our portfolio and to the dashboard where all the properties are listed at the moment. Right now, we have officially more than 1,200 high-end properties in 17 different countries available and live at the very moment. And of course, this is a huge variety of different properties in different locations, which is always great for our clients to have different options to choose from. Where's the next adventure going to take them? The average nightly rate is between $400 and $21,000. We are adding to this portfolio on a weekly basis new properties, and these properties come from members and vacation rental companies. For us, it's not about quantity, but about quality. This is why Third Home for us is very important to choose each one of these properties listed in our website and portfolio, very carefully selected and chosen through a process of quality and requirements check that we do one by one, and obviously taking time with each one of them. Here, let me present to you some of the advantages for rental companies to work with Third Home Rentals. We are like-minded, which means that for us, it's very important for Third Home members that always follow the golden rule, which is of home exchanging, which is respect other members' home as if it was your own. Because obviously, for them, sometimes it's quite worrying that they are putting some stranger in the house, but we assure them that it's something. It's an enclosed circle with trust and confidence and carefulness. Always we think about the clients first. Third Home Rentals empowers owners to lease their home property with the confidence and allows travelers to book without any compromise. At Third Home, we always encourage direct communication with clients and partners in order to guide them, advise them, be there for them in every part and step of the process. We are very important. We are easily enabled Third Home from CC Wizard, from BookingPal. So, it's easy to find us and connect with us. All bookings come from Third Home members and family, which means it's an enclosed and trusted circle for members and partners. A very important advantage is that we ask for quite a very low commission per booking, which rates between 5% and 10%. Here, I'd like to guide you a little bit, or explain to you a little bit another of our huge advantages, which is that property managers have up to 48 hours to review every booking, which means that basically once a client is made a reservation, they will get this automated email or message which says that the reservation is being received, and the host will have up to 48 hours to review the reservation. In the same message, you can see that says clearly to the clients, please do not make any travel arrangements, because obviously this reservation is on hold until the host finally and confirms the reservation, so it's officially a booking. Which means that by doing this 48 hours on hold time, we actually avoid availability issues and overbooking issues in order to offer the best service to partners and clients always. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Do you have any questions?
Let me hide this. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maria. It's good to learn more about the unique program you guys are offering. And I speak with a lot of luxury property managers that have very high-end units, and that approval process, I think, is going to be a game changer for them because it's very difficult to do. I'm really glad you guys are focusing on that. I think it can help that luxury market quite a bit. I do have a couple people chatting, but I don't see any questions just yet. So if we do have any questions, we'll come back to them at the end of the presentation. If you guys can, in the bottom left, if you guys can stop sharing the screen, we'll pass it over to Alex at Wednesday next.
Thank you, sir.
So much.
Are we done sharing over there? Should I just start sharing?
I think there's Maria, I think there's a stop sharing screen that's it's hidden almost on the screen. I can see. There we go.
Oh,
There
now,
we go.
now.
Thank you so much.
All right. Can everyone see that?
It looks good.
Groovy. Thank you very much, you guys. Awesome ladies, and Brian, thank you very much. So my name's Alex Aliotto. I am the head of growth and co-founder for WimStay. We are a very proud partner of Booking Pals. And we kind of get into what we do. So we are a channel, and we're about 2 years old now. So we went live just prior to COVID. And our intention from the very beginning was to be an option for property managers to be able to sell their expiring nights last minute, right? So any night that goes unsold basically is wasted revenue, right? So we are a new channel that liquidates your expiring inventory, right? And then if we look at the traveler side, we're a leading marketplace for travelers, spontaneous-minded travelers, to book last-minute vacation rentals. Our values: we were created for property managers by property managers. So I'm a co-founder, and our founder Ben Jamshah, was a property manager, owned 5 properties, and he's an entrepreneur, a very successful one here in San Francisco in the Bay Area, and he came across a problem with his properties, and that was that there was zero strategy for last minute, right? And so he realized there was nothing that he could really do to sell off his properties, and so he decided to come up with a solution for it, and that was WimStay. So we only work with professional property management companies, and our goal is to help increase occupancy and create a market as well for shoulder seasons. Together, we can increase occupancy and revenue through diversification. So this is important. Everyone that's talking today, I think that diversification of channels and options for property managers has never been more important, right? Especially as we see some maybe funky things going on with some of the bigger guys out there. And travelers with Gen Z and millennial travelers, right? There are so many. The way that they shop, they like options, they like value, right? So it's great to diversify your portfolio and add as many different channels as you possibly can. And WimStay allows you to do the one where that takes care of your last minute, takes care of your expiring inventory. And we want to eliminate the liability of unsold nights and then introduce new travelers, right? So here's one of my favorite WimStay stats. Over the last 3.5 months, over 58% of our travelers have never booked a vacation rental before. So what we want to do and what we think channels and OTAs can do, there's this weird sort of fight between direct bookings versus OTAs. I don't think it's a fight. I don't think it should be a fight. I think it's actually a partnership. So it's great. Allow these channels, allow WimStay to be your traveler acquisition tool. And then let us bring in this 58% of travelers that have never booked a vacation rental. And then you guys can work your magic and do your thing and focus on hospitality, and you could bring them in for a direct booking next time. So I think there's an awesome partnership involved there. Here's what our partners are telling us. That dynamic pricing alone is insufficient. Dynamic pricing tools are awesome. They are great. But if you are just discounting your property and that is all, it's like burying a gorgeous diamond 15 feet underground, right? Like, you need to be driving people to this discount. When I mentioned before that when we started the company, Ben was like, there was no strategy for last minute. The only strategy he had was to discount those properties. Well, it's good to discount your properties, but if you're not driving people or putting eyes on the discount, what's the point, right? So that's one thing. So dynamic pricing, great, but alone is insufficient. Little to no strategy when it comes to expiring inventory. So it's just kind of a hope and pray, or hope is, not a good strategy, as we all know. Owners get a little antsy filling vacancies. Don't need to really expand on that one. The value of flexibility. So you want to be able to onboard new channels. You want to be able to do it quickly, and we provide that. I'll get into that in a minute. And then fraud protection. So we've got a very, very stringent fraud protection program that I can get into later if anyone wants to chat about it. But we've got multiple levels to ensure we got no bad characters entering your place. So I don't need to tell you guys this. Business is booming. It's unbelievable what's happening in this industry. It's not even a hockey stick up and to the right. I don't know what the hell it is. It's like a roller coaster, just straight up and to the right, and it's awesome. So, but it's not for everybody. So some people are having some issues still, right? But drivable, looking for the best deal, last minute assessment, right? So all these kind of post-COVID world situations have been, kind of awesome for our industry. And so, there's been a lot of challenges around it, obviously, right? But if you want to look at sort of the bright side of it, I think it's turned our industry into a real behemoth. And I think that's a good thing. So here's how it works. So we will pull everything off of BookingPal, and then we will only show properties that have availability 21 days out. So in other words, we'll pull everything, including calendar. Any of your properties that have availability within our 21-day window will show up in the app or on the web. If it's not available, obviously it just doesn't show up. We apply a discount that we're both going to agree on, and then that's that. Bookings will come to you through BookingPal, and then there will be an additional booking confirmation sent to your email. I will show you that in 1 minute. And then WimStay is merchant of record. So we will wire everything to you guys via ACH 0 to 24 hours after check-in. Here's what our app looks like. So that number on the upper right-hand corner, I obviously haven't updated that deck in a really long time. So we are now at 500,000 downloads. And that's what app looks like. That's what our website looks like, which you can go visit. So here are the email confirmations that you guys will receive. So just so you guys know, we will send everything to you unencrypted. So so you'll get all traveler information unencrypted. So you can go ahead and start your traveler journey. Here's some customer reviews. So Trustpilot, and if you go and look on the Android and also on the Apple App Store, we are at 4.5, 5 stars on those apps as well. Summary. So WimStay increases occupancy rates, raises revenue. Obviously, this is all about liquidating expiring inventory, zero marketing costs. So our commission is, so when you guys start, it's zero fee for the first 3 months. And then after that, it's 3 to 5% is our commission. So we think that's good. We have achieved significant early traction. So over 170,000 properties listed currently. So that's about 2 years doing this. And I'm going to get into our marketing in 1 second. We've got over 20 integrations currently established. Our most important, of course, being BookingPal. If you look at Rentals United, put out the 50 top property managers in the country. We have 13 of the 15 top property managers in the country. So including Vacasa, Arrived, CasaGo, V-Trips, Hostiva, Panhandle Getaways, Turnkey before Vacasa had them. So we're very, very proud of that. And over 450 other property managers live on the site. I said that we've got 500,000 downloads. And in the grand scheme of things, that might not seem large. I'm not sure, actually. But I will tell you this, that for the first year and a half that we were alive, we focused on creating supply. We focused on creating a great system. About a month ago, we started a multi-million-dollar marketing campaign. Since that time, we have seen a 350% increase in bookings. We have seen a 700% increase in traveler downloads. We have seen a 1,000% increase in revenue to our company. So we're seeing a really strong proof of concept since we started to market on the demand side. So we're really, really proud of that as well. That's it. Next steps are super simple. You activate WimStay on BookingPal. Our onboarding process is really, really quick. It's 20 minutes long total. So you will just give the banking information, set the discount, give a contact. At that time, then you guys are finished. Our quality assurance team will go through, make sure taxes, fees, photos, all that stuff is groovy. Once it is, we will then send you a test reservation. And then if everything looks good on your side, we will go ahead and take you live. That's it. Contact information. My name is Alex Alioto. I'm head of growth and partnerships and the co-founder of WimStay. My email is alex@wimstay.com. You can also connect through BookingPal. You can find me on LinkedIn as well, Alex Alioto Wimstay. I'm sitting there with my smiling, ugly mug. And there's my phone number there if you need that. I believe that is it.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Alex. We actually did have one of our first full questions come in from Stephanie. And, Alex, this was directed to Wednesday, but I do think it'd be a good one for everybody to chime into. So the question on Wednesday, do the guests follow the property manager's internal guest agreement, or do the guests see and click to agree to that prior to booking, or is it handled after the booking process?
Yeah, good question. So when a traveler agrees to Wimstay's terms of service, they are agreeing then to the PMC's terms of service. So I thought one thing I forgot to mention: all sales are final on Wimstay. It's a last minute site, which means all sales are final. So at booking, you're guaranteed to get everything that you're guaranteed to get the money. The caveat to that for PMCs is that if they in any way disrupt your house rules or terms of service, that is immediately a ground. So if there's an age requirement and they're below that, or if there's a pet requirement and they didn't follow it, then that is a grounds for canceling it out. But other than that, that's it. But yes, they are following your house rules. And at booking, you start your traveler communication. So at booking, you're going to send your agreement or whatever it is you do. The only thing we would ever ask on that end is if you've got a cancellation policy within your agreement, we would ask that you just amend that for Wimstay because we don't have cancellations.
That makes sense. Brian, could you go over a little bit how rental agreements and handling post communication works with HomeToGo?
Yeah, sure. It's the guest terms and conditions. So any bookings that are made on HomeToGo, if you're listing directly with us, then we would just be using whatever terms and conditions that you have. One thing that I will say on that is I know some sites like ours do allow you to have your own terms and conditions, and also do allow you to have customized customized cancellation policies. Let's put it that way, and deposit policies. If you do that, just keep in mind that there are lots of filters now. HomeToGo has one. I'm sure Airbnb and Booking.com and others have it as well, called flexible cancellation policy. And so just keep that in mind when you're thinking, oh, well, I don't have to use the policies that these folks have. I can just use my own. If you are going to do that, and then a guest goes along and clicks that filter, your property may disappear. So something to keep in mind as you're setting up, distribution through BookingPal to a variety of different websites. Just tips and tricks.
Really good point. Maria, would you like to go over how Third Home handles rental agreements and cancellation policies for the group?
Sure. On the website, for the property page, we're going to include any kind of information related to the property, any kind of house rules or check-in procedure, any kind of useful information. And then also, once the booking is confirmed, after the property manager has up to 48 hours to confirm decline the booking. After that, we're going to get the contact details from the customer directly to the owner, so then they can liaise directly.
That makes sense.
In terms of check-in procedure or any further information or deposit required or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And Stephanie, generally across the board with all of our channel partners, we work with about 50 BookingPal, and what I've seen that's been sort of industry standard. We see the two paths. So either using your exact rental agreement or a summary of your rental agreement in a form called house rules or important information, or there's a different word for it, but most people call it house rules that the guests kind of read through and click. And at that point, most people are sending their rental agreement after the booking as well. And then on some sites, they give you almost like a templated option that you can pick for cancellation policies. If you can't put the exact policies that you have on the site, usually you can find one that's really close. I haven't seen anybody offer policies that you keep property managers from going forward. I think everybody generally offers some pretty fair policies in the space where you can pick an option that's at least close to yours if it's not exact. Normally they're happy to still send a early agreement after the booking as well. With that, I didn't see any other questions come in the normal pattern directly to the normal chat or directly to me for now. Let me see. Paul or Tom, did you guys see any questions come in?
I actually put in a question, and I guess it didn't go over. My question was for Third Home and for Wimstay. Both of you said that your commission scales were not just one flat rate. Wimstay, you said 3 to 5, and Third Home, you said 5 to 10. I was just wondering what determined that.
I will go really quick. Yeah. Ours is determined on whatever your discount is. So, we have, if you want to do a 5% discount or something, then it's probably 5%. If you go up to like a 15% discount, it's going to be 3%.
Well, for us, it depends whether you are part of also Exchange Third Home, which is the main core business of the company. So if you become a member and you also have your property available on Exchange, we only ask for a 5% commission.
Makes sense. That's a good question. Mm-hmm. Awesome. With that, I don't see any others popping up, but please feel free to ask as we go, and we'll come back to address you guys. But Haley, would you like to present on Booking.com?
I'm ready.
All right, thanks so much.
This new platform, I'm all turned around. Can you guys see? I'm looking at, okay. Alrighty. Hey everybody, I'm Haley Borgen. I'm a acquisitions and onboarding account manager at Booking.com. I've been there about 5 years. I handle the Southeast. And I'm going to talk to you. I have quite a few slides, so I'm going to move a little quickly. And I'm going to talk to you about what's going on with Booking.com and share some data around our platform and how we can bring you additional exposure and new guests. All right. So this is our Booking Home vision. Our long-term goal is to become the world's leading source for short-term home and apartment rentals. Part of our goal is to become innovators of the industry. I want to introduce, first, I'm going to introduce some of our team. I think a couple of them are on this call, but we'll talk a little bit about our journey. We were born in 1996 with a huge focus on alternative accommodations in the past 5 or 6 years. And we started with the essentials, which was onboarding supply. So in 2016, we moved to a more broad acquisition strategy with a focus more on alternative accommodations, introduction of content API for automation. And then around 2017 to 2019, we continued that broad acquisition, added a dedicated home team for partner services, and worked on brand strengthening with a major focus on product improvements and connectivity via APIs and also in our group extranet. So in 2020, we started to have a specific focus on high demand areas where our goal is to supply growth, platform optimization, demand generation. And due to the pandemic, our rebuilding efforts were very much sharpened, and we started exploring new segments as well, such as longer stays. So within these few years, we've really learned that connectivity is a crucial enabler to help partners get their supply listed with us. We can also bring incremental business to partners with our global strength, and local partner services we found has really added local value and helps our partners get the most from our platform. All right, so who are we? I have some of our account managers, new partnerships managers here, as well as our senior account manager and Booking Home manager. They're all on here as well. But here is a couple of us and what we cover. We also have what I consider the backbone of our team, which is our support, our home coordinators, and their contact information here as well. All right, so let's get into why booking and what we can do to help your property be seen by a potential guest and why you should consider including Booking.com in your channel and marketing mix. So we basically combine 20 plus years, really it's 25 plus years of experience now in the industry. We use continuous data-backed insights to provide you guys the services, products, and support you need to grow your business. These are tools and some visibility and round-the-clock support you may not get on your own. We take your properties to markets that you may not have reached before and create great guest experience, offer you customized vacation rental solutions that will specifically fit your needs. We're going to review several of these topics in the upcoming slides. First, I want to start with our reach. We are the world's largest online travel community, and we're bringing our community to our partners every single day. So one of these stats that really blows my mind is in the bottom left: 1.5 million room nights booked every 24 hours. And this is pre-pandemic times, but we are slowly and surely headed in the right direction, getting back to this. But that stat blows my mind every time I review it. We're operating in 227 countries and territories around the world. And sometimes travelers don't know what type of accommodation they want. And our platform is unique to expand a customer base with guests that may be originally looking for a hotel. They're going to see your vacation rental as well. And that will spark their interest and they will click on your property. All right, so here's a snapshot of what your property is going to look like on the front end of our site and and I just wanted to highlight how we give the guests the best experience possible when booking. So all property page features really are the outcome of constant testing. We do A/B testing all the time. These tests help us to discover which information and content encourages guests to book. We found that properties with 100% property page score, or the higher the property page score, get more bookings than properties with incomplete content. So these pages are adapted for mobile and for tablet. So we guarantee our guests the best experience, no matter how they're looking and how they're browsing. So wanted to add to, we also verify all the guest reviews to make sure they're genuine and that they've stayed at your property via Booking.com. We want them to offer authentic feedback and insights to partners and guests. So we all know how important reviews are, and research has shown that when booking a property, guests find this information incredibly valuable and actually adds trust as well. All right, so let's talk about the customized solutions for vacation rentals. We've implemented a lot of tools specifically for our vacation rental partners. Some examples are setting your own house rules. A lot of this can come through your API through BookingPal, but we are able to edit these on our end as well if needed. So things like I said, setting your own house rules, displaying your company brand. You actually have access to create a host profile on Booking.com and highlight your company and build a rapport with the Booking.com guests or potential guests. Adding guest requirements, reporting guest misconduct if that happens, and key collection and faster, which all leads to faster contracting and onboarding your properties, which is a win for all of us. Some more of the customized solutions for vacation rentals and some more highlights about Booking.com is that you will have access to our international reach. We really want the guests booking their experience to be easy and enjoyable, no matter which language they speak. I spoke of our international reach, and we do translate our pages into 43 different languages, and they're all optimized to suit each local market. So we translate property page, instant messages, partner, and guest support. So really, essentially, this means that each partner is going to feel comfortable and each guest is going to feel comfortable when using Booking.com without anything getting lost in translation. So let's talk a little bit about marketing. When you join Booking, you're going to benefit from our extensive advertising on search engines, things like Google, Bing, Yahoo, Southwest, American Airlines. You may also appear on one of our more than 12,000 affiliate partner websites. We are always actively marketing your property online to make sure it's visible to a global audience, and we want to expose you to the highest possible number of potential guests. So, and this is a service we provide to you at no added cost. This is included in your partnership with Booking.com. All right, so I've talked a little bit about what we've done and a little bit of our platform, but let's talk about some things that are new at Booking. Sorry about that. So let's talk about mobile for a second. Mobile's nothing new to anyone, but our app was the most downloaded OTA app in the world in 2021. So we continue to see the importance of mobile. We continue to see an increase of bookings made via mobile devices, and we want to emphasize the importance of using our mobile rates. So what mobile rates are rates that are selectively visible for our mobile app users, which make the property stand out from the competition. So about 2/3 of our total bookings that come from mobile do come from mobile, and the majority of them are coming from our app. Okay, long stays. I mentioned this a bit earlier. To really benefit from the increased demand for long stays, partners can now set up weekly and or monthly rate plans in the extranet or via their channel manager. What also helps capture these longer bookings is an up-to-date listing that highlights the facilities long stay guests are looking for, such as strong Wi-Fi, any of the unique amenities and facilities that can contribute to a longer, more comfortable stay. So you can use these weekly rates throughout the year, depending on your occupancy. Monthly stays can be adjusted to your individual business model, whether it's seasonality or location of the property or your simply your revenue goals. Okay, so some fun things we've added here, really some important things we've added here is some badges that partners can now take advantage of. So really, I mean, how many times have you been to a hotel or a vacation rental property that has like zero sustainable practices, no recycling, anything? Quite often, huh? So we found that 83% of travelers are really looking for and want to stay in a more sustainable property in the future. 73% are also more likely to choose a specific accommodation if they know the property follows sustainable practices. So what kind of practices are these? What am I talking about? So reducing plastic consumption, reducing water consumption, reducing food waste, reducing energy, using more green energy, considering animal welfare as well. We're really proud to be the first, and I think one of the only OTAs in the industry that offers this badge that helps guests for locate properties that are using these sustainability practices. And I heard a stat the other day, I believe this is correct, that we have over 100,000 properties already using the Travel Sustainable badge. So it's definitely, leaving its mark on our partners and their listings. So there's a little bit more about this. I'm going to move on. I'm trying to save some time here. I'm trying to move fast. I know we have a lot. Another badge that we have also implemented is the Travel Proud program, and the Travel Proud badge. It helps, the idea is to help remove barriers that LGBTQ+ travelers face. And response from partners has been really incredible on this program. We've already showcased thousands of Proud certified properties with a dedicated badge on our platform. It really is able to be done in 3 easy steps. Just one team member from our partners must complete the Proud hospitality training. Then they commit what they've learned into practice and identify ways to help their team deliver this type of experience, and they're able to make the Travel Proud customer toolkit available to all of their the team members that are customer facing. Take advantage of that as well. So some good stuff there. I want to go back a little bit, circle back to our tools and how that you and your guests can find support on Booking.com. A couple of the support channels that we offer are Partner Help, Partner Hub. It's an amazing tool. I've been working with Booking for 5 years, and I use that tool every day. It's just so quick and efficient, and you can find what you need. It's basically like a Google search on Booking. If there's any questions that you have, just plug it into the search. Comes right up. Very, very helpful. Our YouTube channel, if you're a little bit more of a visual learner, we've got a lot of videos there that you can go and it shows you how to do some things in the extranet, shows you some extra tips and tricks as well. Our accommodation services, which we have help with partners and for guests alike. We have accommodation services for both, or customer service for both of those segments as well. So tons of support there. The partner forum is where you can connect with partners like yourself. And it's more of like a dedicated community. Again, you can get advice, tips, and tricks on using Booking.com and some advice on growing your business. Last one, we do have the extranet inbox, which you as a partner can reach through your extranet from each property, and you can actually contact our team directly, whether it's finance, whether it's customer service. You just type in a quick message, send it. You can add any attachments if needed, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So just some tips there on Booking.com support. Thank you. I know that was a little bit quick, but I wanted to make sure there was some time left. Matt, thank you for putting this together. This was really fun to see all of the different platforms, and we really enjoyed being a part of it. So thanks everyone for attending.
Thank you so much, Haley. Sorry, I am fighting a cold. I got a raspy voice. But thank you so much, Haley, for putting all that together. And thanks to all the speakers for putting this together. Brian, Maria, Alex, I really appreciate all of you guys taking the time and putting these together to share with our group. I don't see any new questions coming in just yet, but so I think we can probably go ahead and wrap a little bit early, but I want to encourage the entire audience. I think everybody shared contact info on their slides to reach out to each of us individually. If you have any further questions, we're happy to help facilitate. If you missed a slide, you contact email, reach out to me directly. It's just matt@mybookingpal.com. I'm happy to help. One thing I wanted to try, this is a new webinar platform for us. And for anybody that wants to hang on a little bit longer, I know many people probably have things to do right at 10, but from speakers to attendees, if anybody wants to hang on a little bit longer, there is a cool functionality with this webinar application called Cocktail Party. But it's a speed networking platform. So to close it out, I was planning to start that up, but what it's going to do is randomly sort everybody on this conference into little one-on-one 2-minute meetings, just to get to know each other. You could be with other audience members, you could be with speakers could be together. You don't have to count for it if you guys have something else to go on to, but it's a good way to get some one-on-one interaction, and a lot of people don't like asking their questions in chat and can reach out after. It's a good way to meet somebody new, maybe people to see what they're doing. So to close that out, unless any other speakers have any questions or comments, I was going to go ahead and start that cocktail hour. I'll be on it and hopefully be talking to a few people there. Awesome. Let me see if I can make this work. There we go. Okay, well, thanks so much, everybody. I'm going to send out this cocktail hour now. If you do stay on it, you'll be randomly sorted with a few people. I have it set out to be about 10 minutes long, 4 chats, 2 minutes each, to get to know a lot of people in the space. Thanks so much, everyone. I will see you in the chat. Now.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to try it, and if it cuts us off, we know it worked. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Stop streaming now? Yes.